In this video, we are going to learn about sys module from a Python. So what is sys module for? Sys module is created to just like if a programmer wants to interact with the Python interpreter and let us and information about interpreter like system and all. So let's try Python in terminal and go for sys. We have to do it like import sys. This module name is also sys. Okay, now to try dir on sys. So you will get many of the objects like so there are lots of objects and we can't read all of them one by one, and but we can try some of them just like here you can see example on your right side. I mean this is the right side, this is my right side. So you can see that there is sys.exit, sys.version, .platform, .get recursion limit, set recursion limit. So let's try these. We are only going to learn these 6 functions from the sys module. Okay, so our first function is sys.argv. So what is sys.argv? Let's try help on this first. Help sys.argv. Okay. So what does this provide? Okay, it is class object. I didn't expect that is class object. So it is not like I'm directly going to access. So sys.argv is a class. So let's leave this help because for this purpose you need to understand this class and all. So I'm directly going to tell how to use sys.argv. So let's try this first. Okay, here I'm going to import sys. Okay, and after this, what I'm going to do, I'm directly going to show you how you are going to interact using this instead of that in depth. I'm directly going to the result of this, so you don't need to hassle that much. So let's start with okay. So basically, it is going to print. Let's run this Python main.py. Python. So it is return the list with the first string as a my as name of my file. And let's try. There is one more thing if you can try. You can pass multiple arguments if you want. Let's say if I also want to pass Prashant in your terminal. So the main thing is sys.argv is like running a Python just like I run Python here, python.py, not python.py, basically Python main.py, and then I'm just passing some arguments. It's like add 1, 2. So you can see I'm doing it like this. So if someone wants to use it, like suppose if someone wants to use, we can use it like uh, so basically add is at the this second first index. So we are going to access that first data element, and let's say operation equals to sys.argv of 1. So our first index is add here, and if op is equals to add, let's say op.lower because maybe some user try to make it upper or some lowercase uppercase, so it is going to be op.lower, and we are just if it is add, then yeah, what we are going to do, we are going to be like a is equals to int, so we are typecasting int of sys.argv. So sys.argv is a list that is returned here for this so so you can see this is a list just like it is just like converting this thing into the form of list, into the form of list. Okay, so main.py is at first index, add is at second, and 1 is at third, 2 is at fourth. Sorry, main.py has 0 index, add at first index, 1 at second index, 2 at third index. So I'm going to take 1. So for add 1, 2, I'm going to access the first number of this, so which is at the third index. I mean, sorry, second index. There is a lot of confusion here. Okay, now b equals to int. sys.argv, and then after that 3, and then print a plus b. And let's try for this one. Okay, elif. We have elif in Python. For else and space if, we have the cat syntax support, C and C++, and JavaScript like that. So we are going to add or subtract. So let's go subtract. Okay, now what we can do. So you can see it returned me the 3 as sum. Now if we want to subtract 5 and 2, it is going to return 3. Okay, it again become 3. Let's try 5 and 9. So 5 minus 9 is minus 4. So in this way, you can use sys.argv. Sys.argv is the argument which you pass while executing the command while running your while you are going to execute command to run your file. So this is where I'm running this file here. You can see this is file 10.5, and after it I have added some more arguments. If you want to access these arguments, you need to use import sys module in order to access these arguments which are passed in terminal. Now next one is we have just got sys.argv. Okay, next one is sys.exit. So what is sys.exit? Okay, let's say else. Okay, let's say if length of sys.argv is not equals to, basically what we can see here, like what we can see here is like the length of list is should be 4 for here. It's not equals to 4 or even less than 4. So for less than or equals to 4, not equals to, basically, because it is always going to equal to 4. So always going to be equals to and all. Okay, so this is here we have sys.argv. So what we want to do, if it is less than 4, we want to abruptly exit this code. So simply it will just stop this. So now let's try to run this. Let's say I forgot to enter one more argument. You can see it directly exit that. And if I want to show more things on this, print line 6, print line, or not line 6, this line 3, and this becomes line 8, and at the end this becomes line 20. Now if I run this, you can see it goes to line 3, but it does not print line 20, and does not print line 8. So what does this mean? It means that this function should have made something to block your code, and this stop execution of your full code. Now if I try 5 and 9, you can see I go to line 3, line 8, and then I get our output, which is minus 4, and then I got line 20. So it goes through all of the lines. So sys.exit is very simple, and even if you want to try help on this, it is simple. Import sys and then help on sys.exit. Okay, it is simple. So here you can see. So here you can see that exit status equals to none. So also we also need to pass the status. So what is this status? Here you can read that if the status is omitted or none, it defaults to 0. And one more thing, that if any code exits to 0, it means while exiting it returns 0. It means that the code runs successfully. Our interpreter it will treat it as successful. And let's say if the status is integer, it will be used as system exit status. If it is another kind of object, it will be printed in system exit status will be on failure. So let's try for 0. And I'm again putting this. If I do it like this, okay, it did not complain. Now let me try it like sys.exit. Fine. So I can see one thing that earlier when I tried sys.exit 0, you can see a blue line. So that is not see. So here it is showing blue dot. Why? Because feedback is saying like, okay, it runs successfully. There are no issues in this. But when I do sys.exit 1, it makes command. Here you can see it is also showing comment. Command executed now, took 298 milliseconds and failed. Exit code 1. This main thing. This one is the main thing, which is exit code 1. If I can hover on it. Okay, you can read it like command executed. This one line here, just above here. Command executed 45 seconds ago, took this 1 second and failed. Exit code 1. And for this, so okay, by default is 0, so it is not showing for this also. And if we try for again any other numbers, okay, so for other number, okay, exit code is 127. So why is it 127? Do you know? Because it has some, I think, limited numbers. Let's try with 5. Exit code 5. Now if I run this again, you can see it is showing exit code. So basically sys.exit is used to showing exit code, and exit code is used by the terminals. Exit code is used by terminals to interpret your command. And if it is other than 0, it is going to interpret as error. So that's all about sys.exit. And next one, which we are going to learn about sys module is sys.version. So what is this version? Sys.version. Just like I need to go to Python. Okay, we need to first import it. Import sys and sys.version. So I can see I'm getting a version 3.9 main October 24 to 122. So it is giving this detail, all our detail of the sys.version. So suppose you made your program and you want to check your that the program should work on the sys on 3.11 version. Okay, you want that your code should work only. It's like Python is also updating itself. It's like while installing, I show you that mine one is 3.11 and it is currently running 3.14, something or maybe like that. So Python is also updating, and sometimes new features are got updated for built-in functions. Suppose in previous lecture for it's like a math while math, we are using match case. Okay, so earlier it was not available in Python. So therefore we need 3.4. We need this version method in order to check our code will work on another platform or not. Suppose this dot version is something different. Our code we can make our code exit with exit code 1 and return something like this code is made for this version, which is whatever we comment on to pass it. So in this way, sys.version will work. Now next one, okay, let's also try help on this sys.version. Something wrong. That is quite nice. Okay, this got so okay, it is class. We are not going to publish because it will take time and it has lots of functions. If it has class. Okay, so our next one is sys.stdout. sys.platform. So what is sys.platform? For the sys.platform, it is like displaying operating system. Suppose mine one is Windows platform. So you can see I got Win32, and let's say it's like I have for okay. So here we got the Win32. Now let's say for another system, I want to show you for my mobile. I have also file. So I have also basically Linux like terminal on my mobile. So let me find this again. It is not really. So I before showing this, let me try it. So let me show you on for this if I can show you. Okay, so currently you are on my mobile screen. So from here you can see if I go on Termux. Okay, if you don't know how to install Termux, you can first install F-Droid from Play Store, and this here you can see this one is F-Droid. You can see this one is F-Droid, and after that just go to Termux, and in Termux now it should be visible. Just type Python and then import sys dot. We can also go and check version. You can see we have Python 3.13 installed on our in my basically mobile. And if I try sys dot platform, so you can see it is returning Android. So you can see the changes. Here it is showing Android, and in this case it is showing Win32. So in this way, and even if you are trying on macOS or Linux, you will get Linux and macOS for the same. And if you're worrying about what is this, how I'm sharing the screen, you can download Scrippy module from GitHub, or you can search online. There are lots of tutorials for that. Okay, so that's all about sys module, and I will just exit this. Okay, now that's all about sys platform. Okay, so what is recursion limit? Basically, earlier I have told a function can call itself, but let's say if I don't apply any limit, what will happen? It is going to give me a recursion error. So for the recursion error, Python already had set some limit, so it's not going to disturb our system like in some way. So you can get if you try to get the recursion limit, you can see we have 1000. So let's try to do one thing. Okay, we're going to define one function def. It is going to take like n is equals to 0 if nothing is passed, and after that it is going to print n, and after that print, no, not print, we are going to f of n plus 1. Sorry, ah, yeah, f of n plus 1. Just a second. Def f n equals to, we are starting from 1 because I want from 1 to 1000 because we are counting here. So I'm going to print n, and after this, basically I pass the default argument. If I'm not passing anything, it's going to take by default 1, and I'm passing n plus 1. Okay, now if I run this, okay, for running this, I have to do it like so. You can see, okay, so it returned before that somehow. So maximum recursion depth exceeded while calling a Python object. Okay, so let's try one more time this function. We are going to try just like we have sys.get recursion limit of 1000. Okay, so here you can see that I got error before even completing 1000 is because it's like somehow it's reached its stack, or maybe its stack was completely full, therefore it gets like this. Now let's say if I increase this up to 2000. Okay, basically it is set recursion limit. You can see on the right side of my screen. Okay, now if I try F, so you can see now it is going up to 1997. So in this way, so maybe some of the three functions will be saved somewhere in stack. We don't know about file operation that much, but what I do know that our recursion limit is reached just about the limit. Just like if I am using get recursion limit, okay, sys.get recursion limit, because I imported sys, not from sys importer, get recursion. So it is saying now let me to just make it a default version. And if help is available on this recursion limit. Okay, so it is saying that same thing. So that's all for sys module. And next lecture we are going to covering about like date time module, and after that we are going to cover time module. So that's it for this video. And make sure that if you want to make your code more interactive in terminal, if you use if you want to make it more interactive in terminal, you can use sys.argv, and you can use also sys.exit to make that terminal for exit code. So thank you for this, and come back to me.